Welcome back, weary traveler, to the reaction sleepover. In this series, we get cozy and react to stuff, and today we're doing more Bridezillas. Hope you're ready, because I am. Bridezilla asked bridesmaids to wear white dresses, then got upset they did it. What? Am I being punked? What is this? I, 28 female, was invited to my sister's 32 female wedding on October 4th, 2022. Oh. This is recent. For months, my sister planned for her wedding, and about 4 months before the wedding, she let us know her maid of honor, bridesmaids, and all other things to do with guest roles, etc. Well, I was one of her bridesmaids. My sister didn't want to buy all the bridesmaid dresses, as she wanted us to contrast and feel comfortable in our dresses. But one thing she let us know was that the bridesmaids were to wear white dresses. A few weeks later, I went bridesmaid dress shopping. I really care about my sister, so I put a lot of thought and time into choosing my dress, hoping it would be okay for her wedding. I found this beautiful lace corset, long white dress. The dress was expensive, around 1,500 pounds, and the boutique had a no return policy unless the dress was broken or ripped, meaning once I had bought it, I couldn't return it. So I decided to be the smart person and have my sister come around to the boutique and to see me in the dress the next day. My sister was overjoyed. She exclaimed she loved the dress, and it was perfect for her wedding. She insisted that I should buy it, so I bought it for 1,500 pounds. I was the first bridesmaid to get their dress. All of my sister's friends seemed almost a little too laid back. A week before the wedding comes, and I wake up to texts and calls from my sister, friends, and family. Most of the ones from friends and family were letting me know my sister had to talk. I open my sister's text and see, change of plan. I do not want bridesmaids wearing white. White is for the bride. And all the other bridesmaids are now wearing teal. Please buy another dress. Thanks. Thanks. My heart literally sank. I did not have enough money to buy another dress after the money I spent on that dress! Like I was supposed to wear! I let my sister and family know this and attended the wedding, but everyone was giving me dirty looks and stares, especially the groom. My sister was infuriated with me afterwards, and my entire family is ignoring me. So am I the a-hole? So you wore the white dress anyway? On one hand, you could have just worn something else, but on the other, I like the petty energy. Plus, it's not your fault she changed her mind so flippantly. Definitely the cousin is a bridezilla. But in this story, everyone sucks. Oh, okay. My cousin, 23 female, got married weeks ago. Between the two of us, she was always the prettier one. I don't care, really. Sounds at least a little bit like you do. Just saying. I never cared about how I look. The only time I actually made some effort to look good is for special occasions like weddings. So for my cousin's wedding, I put on some makeup and got a cute dress. When the wedding started and we saw her, well, I think it was the excessive use of makeup, but she didn't look pretty at all. Jeez! Since she got back from her honeymoon, she hasn't been talking to me at all, which is weird because we were always close. Oh, you wonder why? You always say kind of rude things about her. I finally got tired, so last night when we met at her grandparents' home, I asked her what's wrong with her, and she snapped at me and said I upstaged her in her wedding. I got angry and asked her what she wanted me to do, and she said I did it on purpose because I never care about my looks, but I had to make myself look pretty in her wedding. This is where I might be the a-hole because I was so angry. So I told her, what do you want me to do? You look like an effing clown. I would look better than you even if I came to your wedding wearing my pajamas. Yikes! She called me an a-hole and left. I see why everyone sucks in this story. Because guess what? You are, and so is she. Everyone is! Yay! Like, yeah, any bride that says, like, you tried to upstage me is, like, already going into bridezilla territory, but that last comment was definitely a little... whew! This person's, like, title on this whole thing is, I literally can't wrap my head around this being legit. Absolutely bananas. So we're in for a fun one. Hi! Hello! I've hit a wall. I'm having such a dilemma. My maid of honor won't pierce her ears for my wedding. She doesn't have to? I know that this might be controversial to some of you, but I feel like when you accept the position of maid of honor, you need to expect to wear jewelry on the wedding day. How about make it less about the jewelry and for the maid of honor to be there for you on your wedding day? She said she'll wear clip-ons, but everyone I found are so ugly. I love her to death, but I'm tired of having to ask her to be excited about my day. You think that's the only way for her to be excited for you? Yikes. You need to reset your priorities a little bit, my friend. No, just kidding. I don't want to be your friend. I called her like 5 times before this and she wouldn't answer my calls. I wonder why. Please tell me I'm not crazy. No. Also, she's also thinking of backing out now. I genuinely don't understand how what I'm asking for is too much. Text for context too. Answer my call. No. Fine. If you won't answer my calls, then I can't do this. I'm so annoyed that you constantly do this. You say that you'll be involved in my wedding and then stab me in the back like this.
Like, WTF?
When you accepted the job, you knew what came with it. I do not have to be loyal to this company. No thanks. Like, I need more of your help and more accountability on your end. I'm so tired of having to ask for your help and ask for you to want to be involved on my big day. Jeez. That's mighty aggressive over something that's not even a big deal. Who is going to pay attention to ears? Especially depending on the hairstyle if you have long hair. No one's even gonna see them. Why is this a big deal? I don't get this. I am so sorry. I promise I'm not backing out. I just really don't want to get my ears pierced. I know you are really counting on me to do this for you, but I just don't feel comfortable with it. There is a reason I haven't gotten it done. I'm 25 years old. I think it's safe to say I would have done it by now. Your wedding is important and it's your day, but it's my ears. For one day, I have to change my ears forever, especially if you get your ears pierced. Like, as far as I'm aware, you have to, like, take care of it. Not only from when you first get it pierced, you have to take care of it for, like, forever, right? So, like, for that one day that she's demanding her to do this, it would have to affect the entire rest of her life. Like, bro. As for wanting more help, you kind of have become really demanding. This ear piercing thing is just the last straw in my book. I love you and still want to be a part of your day. I guess we just need to talk about how involved I need to be later. That's a good response. Like, dude, you're asking a lot here. I'm really not comfortable with this. Like, if someone says they're not comfortable with doing something, like, for me, that's like a sign of like, okay, like, we can figure out something else. Like, why would you want to force something? Why would you want to force someone to do something that they're clearly indicating they're not comfortable with? It's the most selfish thing ever. Especially when it's not even a big deal. Ugh, people. You need therapy. You need therapy. You all need therapy. I need therapy. This is a disgusting level of entitlement. I was in my best friend's wedding and she gifted all the bridesmaids earrings to wear on the day. I don't have pierced ears, so she gave me a bracelet instead. There you go. Because she's a good person and she cares about her friends. I cannot imagine this bride. Good riddance. Gosh, see? You don't have to make it make such an ultimatum. Although in a way it's good that that friend was able to see what kind of a person their friend really was, because jeez, this is about earrings. You mean you don't check the status of everyone in the bridal party's ears at every wedding you go to? You don't go through Facebook and Instagram photos of your acquaintances' wedding to see if the earlobes of their wedding party matched? This bride really seems to think so, because earlobes matter to her so much. This is titled The Worst Wedding I've Ever Been In. So you know this is gonna be fun. Years ago, I was in the wedding party of a friend who I've been friends with since high school. We were pretty different people, but we still got along and we were close friends. In hindsight, I have no idea why, because they were terrible people. I'd never been in a wedding before, so I didn't really know what to expect. I personally found a lot of it a bit much, but I just wrote a lot of it off as her being really stressed and wanting the perfect wedding. I was also a bit of a doormat, but I've changed a lot in the years since. Oh good. This was your Joker moment then. The majority of her behavior would read like a Bridezilla bingo. I should do that for a video. I love that idea. I'll create a bingo sheet and every time, and every story I see I can cross one off. She didn't realize no one cared about her wedding as much as she did. She had unreasonable demands. She got upset if she wasn't the center of attention at every moment. She treated the bridesmaid like unpaid interns, etc., etc. But again, I really didn't know better, so I just rolled with it and let everything go. Except for one thing. We had a bridesmaid catch-up where we all hung out and did some planning. Everyone was having a good time and it felt nice, and it was just a really fun day. I distinctly remember thinking it had made all of the wedding planning worth it, and that the wedding would be a fun day. And then I got a phone call from her a few days later that ruined a friendship of more than a decade. She told me that she was really upset that one of the bridesmaids had put on weight since the last time she had seen her, and how she didn't want the photos to be ruined because of her. Don't worry, your photos are gonna be ruined because of you, you wench. Even as I write it now, all these years later, I can't believe she said that. And that was that. I finally saw her for who she was. This was beyond being stressed about the number of tears in the wedding cake. This is her being a mean person. She wanted props, not bridesmaids, and I was fuming. I dropped out of the wedding and the friendship and was so done with it all. Good for you! Looking back, the friendship had so many red flags that I ignored. I'm glad I finally did though, because I now understand she isn't someone you want in your life long term. She shouldn't have been in the short term either. I don't speak to her anymore, and she lost a good friend. I just hope the photos were worth it. So many brides treat their supposed loved ones awfully for the Pinterest perfect wedding, and it's incredibly sad. It really is. Like, You do all this. You make so many people go through all this. For what? A single day that supposedly will be so perfect? You know what makes a perfect wedding day? Having all the people you love being there and genuinely being happy for you. And not only for you and for the day, but to be there with you. When you drive everyone away like that, you just ensure that the day is going to be awful. Something to think about. And there's more. What happened with the bridesmaid she was upset about ruining her pictures? And what was everyone's response when you dropped? Bride lost it, called me a bunch of names, and claimed that I should have supported her. She also sent a list of things I had done wrong in the friendship a few days later. Oh, great. Listing things that have nothing to do with the current issue at hand. Wonderful strategy. I'm happy to take responsibility for some of it. No one's perfect, but it felt like she was just acting out, so I didn't reply. She also was messaging all this around midnight, so I'd wake up to all this despite me saying I didn't want to be contacted. She had every right to be annoyed, but I was just done with it all. I mean, she didn't really have a right to be annoyed. She's being annoyed about the stupidest things. She also blocked me on social media. I don't have any mutual friends who went to the wedding, but from what I know, the wedding still went ahead and the bridesmaid in question was part of it. I thought about saying something to the bridesmaid and maybe I should have, but I never did. This is why I always read comments. Sometimes there's more. Where do people get this audacity? Anyway, that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did at any point, please leave it a like, leave comments of your thoughts. Remember to leave any stories in the comments or in the Reddit page so that I can pick one to read for the next time. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. And hit that notification bell so you know I've made a video. You can be the first to see it. I hope you're having a great day, but if not, I hope this video brightened your day a little bit. And I appreciate you all so much. I'll see you later.